of it, but the voice in particular, I think that's the really early indication that this is going to be a different show. The minute that he goes, ooh, Roguebot, like an excited 7-year-old,
Yeah.
you kind of realize that the voice is sort of pinging between like a very classic robotic thing, a very, an excited toddler, and like a sociopath. And then, there's a different voice that he's putting on for his human overlords versus the voice that's in the inner monologue. I mean, that feels like it's a lot to sort of juggle.
Yeah, and it took us a while to figure that out. And also in different stages. It was obviously, so the voiceover was written, it's in the screenplays, or teleplays, a year before we started shooting it. And then we shot it, and it's such a big part of the narrative, and we, while shooting it, some days I would say it out loud, because it would help the other actors. Sometimes I would think it in my head, and sometimes we would take a pause if it's a big chunk, and sometimes we would just play through it, and whatever kind of served the purpose of the scene. But we also found that when we were shooting stuff, obviously things change, and you come up with new ideas, and with the other actors, and the scene goes in a different direction from the way it was written. And then the voiceover might not match that anymore. So then it was kind of rewritten. And then when we were editing it, we realized that, like, I think we spent a month together, Chris, Paul, and I, and Andrew, the producer, just trying. It was time consuming, but also quite exciting, because you could use the voiceover as a contrast to what you're seeing, to juxtapose what you're seeing on screen with Murderbot's voice. So it was about like calibrating that, deciding how snarky and sarcastic do you want Murderbot to be? When do you want it to be sincere and earnest? And how much voiceover do you want? And so it was took a while, but it was really exciting to kind of figure that out. And like you said, like when do we want Murderbot to be playful and childish almost, and when do you want it to be more pulled back and more because Murderbot doesn't speak much, so there's also an opportunity to kind of let the inner monologue contrast that and be more verbose and playful in a way.